Did you know that almost
45% of Americans
45% of Americans have had a loved one incarcerated. But my name is Kevin. I went to prison at 16 and was sentenced to a natural life sentence. Growing up in Lynn and in the Cambodian community, for me, seeing everything around me, being identified as a Cambodian was kind of the same as being identified as a gang member.
My name is Wally. I've currently been home for 3 weeks. At the age of 18, I was sentenced to second-degree murder. I realized that growing up, I didn't have role models. I didn't have a mother or father. I really didn't even have a household. At a very young age, I was running the streets and barely even eating. I was told that I was a murderer, that I was a throwaway, that I was no good, and that's all I would ever be.
almost 280,000
280,000 people
are in prison for violating conditions and stipulations for parole and probation.
and that's almost half of prison admissions. My name is Gene. I was incarcerated at 16 years old and sentenced to life in prison. And while on parole, I'm grateful for parole. I'm definitely grateful for the second chance at life. But am I really given a second chance? Because every single day I have to wake up and worry about, am I going back to jail? When I was 16 years old, I was locked up for a loss of life. In 2003, at the age of 18, I was sentenced to die in prison. Being on parole there's this underlying fear that I just don't want to own anything. And that's the worst state of mind to be in, because that's not really free. That's not really that idea of being free.
Are you ever going to just truly live fully, to be free the way they say you are?
I'm afraid to buy a house. I'm afraid to start a family. I don't want a child to be raised fatherless.
Telling the fellas like, yo, I'm not gonna fall in love, I'm not gonna get married, any of that. And coming out and seeing the opportunities that there are out here, to have a home, to have a car, to be in love in a sense, but then holding yourself so far back because it can be taken away at any second.
And is that really being free? That's the question I'm always left with. And I think the answer is no.
Over 800,000 people.
Over 800,000 people.
There's over 800,000 people on parole right now, and some of them were sentenced when they were children.
With your support, we are able to give formerly incarcerated men a second chance and show the youth that change is possible.
Give me a lot of hope, but not only me, outside of me. Give me and countless others the hope of living a fulfilled life, a life where this could be a smile. I wake up in the morning and smell the sunshine.
This will help a bunch of our communities, from Western Mass to Central Mass to the North Shore.
Worcester, Brockton, Springfield,
Holyoke, Cambridge, Sisters in Framingham,
and nationwide. If you're interested in supporting this bill, go to www.transformprison.org.
A lot of people are dying for that second chance and hoping that they give the opportunity to prove people wrong. I think it'll be a good idea to pass this bill, because it's worth it. You want to find where this bill is at, man? www.transformprison.org.